if you've ever been in Louisiana, this is
South
the base.
Louisiana.
South Louisiana. This is the basin headed to Baton Rouge.
What's up, guys? I don't know what you're doing on a Sunday, but we are going to a time management seminar and a seminar on the game of life, right? How to play the game of life better. So I wanted to just do a quick Facebook Live and ask you what you're doing on a Sunday, right?
What you doing to skill up?
What you doing? Because when we're not working, we're going to seminars to learn how to work better. And that's the funny part, because we're always doing stuff to improve our life, improve our circumstances, improve our marriage, improve our business standings, our financial situation, our kids' lives. Like we're not hanging out for the sake of hanging out on a Sunday, right? And there's a lot of guys, and nothing wrong with that. A lot of guys like to go and just waste the whole Sunday saying it's a day of rest. And look, more power to you if that's what you do.
Oh, we rested for about an hour. We were good.
But you know, we're skilling up all the time, constantly, right? You know, it's funny, you got people that complain to other people that they're not making enough money, their life isn't good for them, they're not where they want to be. But then you look at their personal life, and what are they doing on a Sunday? They're getting drunk with their buddies. They're going hang out, watch crap on television that ain't helping them be a better person. Watching, you know, maybe a football game, becoming a spectator of something they can never be a part of, but you swear that like they should be the freaking head coach, right? It's crazy. It's like I'm constantly working on myself. I'm constantly going to seminars. I'm constantly doing, like right now we're going to a time management seminar. We're going into, after that, to have a seminar on the game of life. Next week we're going to a 3-day boot camp in New Orleans on mobile home
park
investing. And we have it's a big venue on all the different service providers that help you scale your mobile home park business. But the point is, guys, I'm always doing stuff to skill up. Like, what are you doing to skill up? You know, you're not gonna do better in life unless you skill up. Like, unless you got to become a better person to get better results. Like, it just doesn't come by accident. Like, people that end up doing better in life, it's because they work on their life. Like, it's just simple. The universe ain't gonna give you what you want unless you deserve it. As simple as that. You know, when I was a 17, 18, 19-year-old kid doing stupid shit on drugs, you know, doing crazy wild shit. Like,
he was doing crazy wild shit.
Like, I was fucking
agree.
wild. I was like
I was a good girl. He was doing wild shit.
Let's not be real.
Hey.
You weren't that good. Let's be real.
I was better than you.
You knocked me up at 17. You weren't that good.
Anyway, he was doing bad shit. But anyone could turn themselves around. Anyone could try to change their circumstance and try to be a better person and do whatever it takes to
just work on yourself.
Yeah.
People undervalue and underrate the power of personal development, knowledge, skilling up.
What were we talking about? How easy it is nowadays to skill up too, because
dude,
I mean, you have YouTube
University. Like, I've got so much content on University. You can learn how to
do anything nowadays. It's all online, so there's no excuse.
So if you're complaining about your circumstances, but you're in your chair right now watching me and you're drinking a 6-pack, dude, I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. You know?
Get your ass off of the sofa and do something about it.
Stop freaking getting drunk every other night. Stop smoking your weed. You know, I had a buddy who was, you know, freaking, you know, just making bad decisions, and you know, and he wonders why his life's a wreck. You know, it just just doing shit he ain't supposed to be doing. Like, dude, you can't be happy and do drugs and get drunk every night. Like, it's not possible. You can't do that. Like, you're gonna.
Happiness is doing this.
Dude, happiness is in the doing this. People think that they want to sit back and live on the beach and not do anything, dude.
I mean, well, I want to live on the beach, but I still want to do something.
But I want to do shit. Like, that's why we started a business where we vacation.
We can be at the beach and work.
And work, because I can only sit around and do nothing for so long. So the more you do, the happier you become. The more you accomplish, the more you get done, the more productive you're going to become, and the happier you are. It's just as simple as that. Like, happiness is...
And then stuff just starts coming your way. Like, when you start focusing on the right path, the road just gets, like, so much easier because stuff just comes your way. That's how it
But
works.
you attract
And we
the right
attract
people.
it.
You attract the right people, the right circumstances. You get around the right people. You get lucky breaks. It's simple, but it ain't easy, right? It's a journey. It's the journey of personal development and self-improvement is a journey of self-discovery and self-awareness, because you get to find out who you really are and what you're made of. And you get to figure out how much potential you have when you start working on yourself.
And how much stronger of a person you are when you push
Dude,
through
you have
and
so
do
much more
more.
potential than you really think you do. Like, it's crazy. I remember being a little kid, being super insecure. Teachers and doctors telling me I was ADD, DHD, dyslexic, half retarded, slow, all kind of crazy shit, right?
And most of them still tell our kids the same thing, and I'm sure they tell your kids the same
because
thing.
I was just overactive. I didn't fit the mold of a typical, student. I barely passed school. Don't get me wrong.
You were just too busy.
Yeah,
it was
too
just
busy.
not enough for
Don't
you.
get me wrong. I graduated high school. I went to college. I graduated college in business. But I struggled, And it's funny because I look back now and I look at all the people that were like valedictorian, straight A students. Dude, they ain't doing shit with their life. They ain't doing shit with their life. And I look at all the cats that I went to school with that barely passed school, and they all fucking big time entrepreneurs making millions of dollars. How is that possible? How is that possible? Right? So if you're watching this, if you're a young guy or girl and you want to be successful, just because you weren't successful in high school or you didn't make good grades in college does not define who you are.
Right. You're just a non-conformist. That's all.
They try to tell you because you don't make good grades in school. And if you got kids, don't beat your kids up because if they're not making straight A's, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. You don't have to make straight A's to be super successful. You don't. Or even just successful in general. It's just stupid that they constantly tell these kids they gotta make honor roll. Dude, just pass. Just pass. You can learn more in the books and on YouTube than you can getting a college degree right now. It's crazy. There's $1.3 trillion of student debt right now that cannot be paid off. But you guys are complaining about going to chrisrood.com and give me a couple grand to freaking learn how to be a real estate entrepreneur and make millions of dollars over a lifetime. I got students making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. I got a couple students that have made over $1 million a year. And they paid me pennies. And they got kids that go to school and spend $100 grand on a college education.
And can't get a job.
And they
It's
can't
so
even get a
sad.
freaking job, and now they strap a student debt because they ain't got no real world skills. It's just crazy. So listen, guys, if you want to skill up, if you want to freaking get into real estate, I'm telling you, you want to start with wholesaling. You want to start with becoming a real estate entrepreneur, which is essentially the game of buying low and selling high. And if you don't know what wholesaling is, it's just the art of finding heavily discounted properties. It's basically you're day trading real estate. That's all you're doing. You're finding properties. It's arbitrage, right? It's just arbitrage. Buy low, sell high. It's that simple. Now, it's simple, but it ain't easy. But if you're interested in learning how to do that, go to chrisrood.com, book a call with me or my team, or inbox me here on Facebook. I'd love to help you. If you have the dream of ever being a real estate entrepreneur, I'm telling you, I've been doing real estate for 14
Everyone
years.
should be a real estate entrepreneur in some way, even if it's just
yeah.
on the side, even if it's
Rental
just because you have
properties.
rental properties on the
But
side.
if you know how to go direct to seller and market direct to seller and using the wholesale method, you'll be in a much better position as a real estate investor if you learn how to buy right and buy heavily discounted, super cheap. I don't buy nothing unless it's a super deal.
Why do we think it's important to do this? Because
Who's asking questions? I mean,
because
I'm answering all the
yeah, I know,
questions.
but I mean, we're not gonna have retirements, you know.
Listen, your 401k is laughable. It's laughable. You can lose that in a matter. We can have another 2008.
You can't bank on that.
You can have another 2008. The economy crash and it get wiped out. Your Social Security and all that, dude, that's a pipe dream. I read an article. Patti, you were the one that gave me the article. Social Security will be bankrupt in what, 5-10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Social Security will be bankrupt in 5-10 years. If you're not investing in yourself and in real estate, and you're banking on the government helping you out and taking care of you, you're being foolish.
This is what our parents were, banking on.
But they got it. But they're not.
But we can't bank
no,
on,
we cannot bank on it.
this day and age.
You're gonna have to have a new set of thinking because we're in a new game. Like it's not the same rules. Like the government right now has $200 trillion of unfunded liabilities. The pensions, I think California has like $5 trillion in unfunded pensions they cannot afford to pay. Craziness. So how are we going to afford all this? Like something's got to give. Like eventually within the next 5-10 years, there's going to be a huge freaking reset. Now, I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling this to get you excited because there's going to be a huge opportunity too. There's going to be so much opportunity to buy awesome real estate deals, super discounted, where you can capture tons of equity and then buy at the bottom. And then, you know, for every bust there's a boom, for every boom there's a bust. Right now we're in a boom market, but we'll have another bust. Once that bust happens, you want to be prepared and learn how to find these properties because they're going to be plentiful. And if you know how to buy right, you could buy and create generational wealth for yourself. Because I mean, like right now, we're actually in a down market where I'm at. I'm buying up everything. And we just bought a 24-unit mobile home park. I got a 59-unit apartment complex I'm gonna be closing on in the next 45 days. Why? Because we had a bust in Lafayette. This guy got over leveraged. He didn't reinvest in the property. He didn't harden the property. He tried to retire off that little apartment complex. And you know, he's having to.
And that's why you need a coach too. I think it's important because you have to know how to also take care of your properties and reinvest in your properties.
Keep them. It's called hardening the property. Keeping them, keeping up with maintenance. Like that's one of the biggest reasons I'm buying this property from this guy, because he ran out of money. He can't keep up with all the maintenance, and now he's got 22 units that are that are not rental ready. He can't rent them because they all need at least $4 or $5 grand worth of work each. And now he's having to give the property away to me for like almost like $400,000 less than what he paid for it, right? But I mean, that's just, I'm helping him out because I'm getting him out of a bind. But at the same token, knowing these things and understanding these things will keep you from having that happen to you, right? So I mean, I'm not going to tell you I'm perfect. Like I'm going to lose.
No, we made our mistakes.
I made a lot of. We lost money last year on like 4 deals on deals that we bought about 6 years ago that I should have never bought. But I wasn't as sophisticated. I say sophisticated
or educated on the right thing.
Experienced on buying the right deals and buying cheap enough and going direct to seller. I was buying all my deals off MLS, which you can get deals on MLS. But I was buying deals on marginal
But there's
gains.
better deals.
There's way better deals off market direct to seller. That's what I'm going to teach you. So anyway, if you're interested, go to chrisrood.com, book a call with me. And guys, skill up. Like, work with yourself. Like, that's what we're headed to right now. We're headed to a seminar on time management and how to play the game of life better.
We do have some comments.
What we got, Mama? What we got?
Mia Fox, hello Chris, and HGTV store.
What's up, Mia? Hope you're doing good. Hope you can get rid of that condo we've been talking about in New Jersey.
I wish that's where I was going. Need to get up my grind game. Going to take pictures. Dustin Ring, going to take pictures of houses. Only been wholesaling 1 month and I have 6 houses under contract and 1 sold. Go you. That's awesome.
Dude. Good job.
That is awesome. Let's see. Hello, Patty. You sure make me smile. Oh, thank you, Cherie. You make me smile too. Let's grow. Oh shit, I feel like you're talking to me. I'm not drinking, but I'm on the recliner. Hey, if you're watching TV, watch me on HGTV on My Lottery Dream Home. There should be some reruns coming soon, but I was on Friday night at 8. Super fun experience. I had a blast. Let's see, Larry Gibson, at work 10xing 7,365, but home with the family every night, paying the price now to pay any price later.
That's exactly right. Like all this stuff that don't work on Saturday and Sunday is all bullshit. Like I don't even know what day it is half the time.
We create our own schedule.
Yeah, like if I don't want to work in the middle of the week, I just don't work. Like, but if I got stuff to do and stuff needs to get done and it's Saturday or it's Sunday, like I was on appointments all day yesterday. I went and looked at a bunch of houses.
And you went on one this morning.
And I went on one this morning. Dude, if you do that, if you do what needs to get done now, and you do that over over time, you will get so much further along than most people, and you'll be so set for the rest of your life. All this shit imagine taking 2 days off 4 times a month. That's 8 days a week, or 8 days a month times 12. Now, if you work in those days, especially when you're young and you can still, your body's still up to doing all that. If you do that at a young age, you'll get so much further along, and you can build so much more wealth. And that's honestly what.
And you can still have time for your family.
But honestly, that's what we did. Like we worked our fucking asses off in our 20s.
Yeah, we did.
I worked my ass off in my 20s, and even still in my 30s. I'm 38 right now, and I still work my ass off. But that's really the only reason I got to where I was. If there's no easy way. Like you gotta fucking put in the work, and and you can't.
And
be
it's not
scared to work.
easy, and it's not fun, and you're not gonna like it every day.
Yeah, but it becomes
But
habit.
it's necessary.
But once you do it for long enough, like I don't even think about it. I just grind. I work. I do whatever I need to do to get it done, and I get.
And now we like it
Yeah, well, I always
because we're
liked
doing
it.
something we love.
I always liked it, but now I really like it because I'm in the right vehicle. Meaning,
That's right.
I'm in real estate that's so much more scalable, and I can. Look, guys, we've expanded into 3 states. We're doing deals in Alabama, Florida, most of, all the big markets in Louisiana. And, it took me a while to get to this point, but where I can't, like when I owned a bunch of quick lube car wash and mechanic shops, it's just so hard to scale that. I had 4 locations just in Lafayette, and it was a bitch to manage. I had 33 employees, but now I'm in 4 markets with literally 7 employees, and we make 10 times the amount of money I did before, right? That just shows you the scalability of real estate.
That was one of my favorite speeches you ever did, is being in the right financial vehicle, how important that is.
Yeah.
Because you can work your ass off at a job that you still won't make that much money in.
Dude, there's a lot of people digging ditches working ass
right,
off.
exactly. So,
And look, you don't have to, I'm not saying there's better vehicles in real estate. I'm just telling you, the majority of people that make a lot of money are in real estate. And then even if you have a job, your side hustle should be real estate. Because the government, if you depend on a 401k or Social Security, it's not going to take care of you. I'm not telling you that's a scary.
you need some mailbox money, people. Okay, let's see. David Bell. Bro, I just had this conversation with my son. He was talking about the school and being labeled. Listen, we have
Dude, the school
dealt with so
system
much shit with this our whole
I
life.
hate the school system. It's such an ass
We're actually homeschooling all of our kids
It's
next
so
year,
ass
pulling them all
backwards.
out.
How is it that most of the people I know that made straight A's, they're not even that successful? But most of the people I know that barely passed school are fucking super successful. And I'm not saying that's in every situation, that everybody that made straight A's is not.
But when you're that kid and you're struggling and you feel like you can't get, it breaks their spirit.
Yeah.
It really does break your spirit,
Over
and
the
it
bridge.
doesn't have to. Oh, let me show you. You want to show it? There we go. There's a stadium right here.
Tiger Stadium. Anyway, it's really sad what they're doing to kids, and they're beating up their
School broke
self-esteem.
our first son.
Yeah, he did.
It broke him. It broke him, and we just
it broke him mentally
and emotionally, and
he felt defeated. He felt defeated.
and we're not letting that happen to our other kids. It's not gonna happen
again.
It was a lesson learned the first time.
I mean,
Many
let's be
years of
real.
struggle.
Look at the shit they make them learn in school. Algebra, calculus. Like, dude, we ain't flying to the moon. We ain't splitting atoms. Like, learn a real skill. Like, if I could do it all over again, seriously, I would.
And everyday skills.
Like,
they don't even learn everyday
learn
skills.
learn how to do AC work. Learn how to balance a checkbook. Learn how to
Trade
do plumbing.
work.
Like, stuff that actually is
Needed and wanted.
needed and want. Like,
Mhm.
nobody gives a shit if you could do algebra. Unless you fucking splitting atoms. They're flying to the moon. I doubt we need algebra. I've never used algebra. I've been in business since I was 22 years old. I've never used algebra, ever. I just need to know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. That's all I need to know. Especially in real estate. And I need to know percentage. That's in cap rate. That's about the only thing I need to know. And ARV. That's the math of real estate investors. Cap rate, ARV, repair costs. That's all you need to know. And you can make a lot of money. They don't teach none of this shit in school. None of it. They don't even talk about it. It's a joke. It's laughable and it's sad. Like, we're pulling all of our kids out of school. We're homeschooling all of them. They're gonna learn more with me just hanging out with me and my wife and just watching us do deals, and they'll get more value out of that than sitting behind a desk for 8 hours straight learning nonsense from a teacher who's miserable and probably hates her job, making 30 grand a year, talking about shit that doesn't matter. Like, it's bullshit and it's dumb. And I'm sorry if some of you teachers may be watching
No,
this.
because teachers are special people and they
No, I
have
love
hard,
teachers.
super
because
hard jobs.
It takes a special person to be a teacher.
But it's the system that's
yeah, it's
fucked up.
really you're right. It's not the teacher, it's the
not
system.
the teachers.
It is the
system.
system.
Sal goes, shout out from Green Bay. I love your content and the amount of value you bring to your content. Thanks.
Appreciate that, man. Do me a favor and share this. If you're coming on here, share it to a friend or tag a friend that needs to hear this. Maybe tag a friend that's got a kid that's labeled ADD and they're beating them down, and it's really getting the parent down and out, or it's getting the child down and out. Because I'm here to tell you, those kids ain't got disabilities. They got abilities. That's the thing. They don't have. They think that they have learning disabilities. They don't. Those kids have gifts. It's not a disability. It's a fucking gift. I know a lot of people that are just like me who have ADD, ADHD, all that stupid shit. It's not a fucking disability. In a classroom setting, it may be a detriment because they can't sit still and they have a lot of energy.
Yeah, but there's nothing natural about sitting in a room for 8 hours.
Natural.
Like, that is not how we were created to do.
The body's not meant to sit.
No.
Especially a 11, 10, 6, 8, 10, 12-year-old little boy or kid.
They were created to be an action.
To move around. Like, sitting behind a desk for 7, 8 hours and then giving them another 4 hours of homework or 2 hours of homework when they get home. It's fucking stupid. It's dumb. It's ridiculous. The school system needs to change. It's just dumb. Like, I could rant about this for a long time.
Yes, we've been there, got the t-shirts with several kids.
Guys. I got 5 kids that have been through school. And I'm telling you,
And we've tried 12 schools with 5 kids.
They all teach
it's all the same shit.
They all want you to sit behind a desk. Like, it's just, I don't know.
It's all the same shit.
I'm not here to bitch and complain about it.
And if your kid's good at school, then it works for you. But if you have a kid that struggles, don't let them kill their spirit. Yes. I'm telling you, because when they're 18, they have nothing left to give anymore. It's just too much.
Self-confidence.
Okay. Man, Carl's being a real asshole. Hey, Carl, have a good day.
What Carl said?
I don't know. He's saying we drinking and driving and interrupting. And
I'm drinking and
driving.
Carl. What I'm drinking?
You're drinking ice water.
Ice water?
Hey, Carl, go have a bet.
Hey, go beat your dog, Carl. Go beat your dog.
No, really don't. Okay, let's see. Sup, Chris and fam. That's from Victor, the Root family, JJ Simmons. Tell your grandson to keep his hands on the wheel. Hey, Carl. Really, come on now.
Who's Carl? Who is this guy?
The fundamentals are always king. That's so true. So true, JJ. Alright, well.
Ooh, listen, guys, if you're interested in learning how to wholesale, if you're interested in getting into real estate, go to chrisrood.com, book a call with me. Let me help you skill up. I guarantee if you learn this and you learn it cold, it can help you generate massive amounts of wealth. Guarantee. We're buying properties so discounted. We're capturing so much equity on properties because we're going direct to sell. Like, this is the best time in history to get into real estate. The baby boomer generations are all retiring right now. There's 10,000 baby boomers retiring every single day in America right now. Guess what they have, and guess what they're leaving behind? Massive amounts of houses that are outdated, old, run down, that really can't be sold in MLS. Or not, I don't want to say it can't be, but they don't want to. They just want to get rid of them quick. And that's where you, as a service provider, in getting into this game called wholesaling, can go in there and get these houses under contract, either flip them, keep them as rentals, wholesale them, whatever you want to do. I teach it all, right? But regardless, even if you don't want to wholesale, you're just a landlord. If you want to start buying some of these deals, if you're buying it 50 and 60 cents on the dollar, and you're capturing all this equity, your net wealth is going to go up it's going to compound. It's going to go up in just huge amounts of equity, because if you're buying properties that are worth 200 grand for 120, and you put in 20 grand into them, and you're into them for 140, and it's worth 200, you just added $60,000 in net worth to your balance sheet. So anyway, guys, chrisrood.com. Carl, don't beat your dog, man.
Have a good Sunday.